Good afternoon, everyone. This is Waldorf Gaming 99, and welcome back to more Cardfight Vanguard. Dear Days 2. Last time we left off, we finished the vintage story. That just leaves the main story at this point. Burning Flail showed up, and let's see what she dumps onto the field this turn. Yeah, I'll take the attack. Of course. So I'm taking 3 damage no matter what. Which is honestly kind of annoying. I ride Thunderstorm Dragoon. Red River Dragoon's skill, letting me add an Eternal Thunderbolt to my hand. Call Statacrack, call Spark Spike, and call 2 Draconic Death Sides to the rear guard. I'm currently chewing on the idea of calling Burning Flail and just having him go into the soul after he boosts. I think I'll keep him in hand. Thunderstorm Dragoon attacks. Pull a heal trigger, give the boost to Draconic Death Scythe on the right. Now the Draconic Death Scythe on the left attacks the Vanguard. The Draconic Death Scythe on the right attacks the Vanguard. Guard. Guard. Unless she pulls double trigger, that's not getting through. And she's not, and of course she throws it onto her rear guard unit. Because of course she did. Hey, Joe. Attack units is 2 or greater, and it's increased by a non-trigger effect. So yeah, no. Only if it's kind of something like Dayusha, like old school Dayusha, does it get the power boost. So that was a waste of a card. Ride Draconic Kaiser Vermilion. Add Rising Phoenix to hand. Call Rising Phoenix to rear guard. Activate Eternal Thunderbolt. Activate Draconic Kaiser Vermilion's skill. Give the boost to you and the boost to you. Draconic Kaiser Vermilion boosted by Rising Phoenix attacks the Vanguard and both of your front rear guards. Add another Phoenix to hand, and that's extremely useful. Give the power to the left rear guard Death Scythe. Ah, it's gonna be like that, is it? Raging Thunder, Draconic Kaiser Vermilion. Yeah, and Draconic Kaiser Vermilion's skill activates, dumping Rising Phoenix in order to make you turn over another... Seriously? Ah, that's annoying. Draconic Death Scythe on the left attacks. I guess I'll Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. You actually have other cards in hand. You just didn't want to play them because... Oh yeah, Spark Spike skill pops off, meaning I get to draw another card. That would have been nice to draw as a trigger. And Persona Ride. And I can't Sentinel Guard against that, against her chicanery anymore. You're not going to call any rear guard units? You're not going to call any rear guard units. You expect this. To be unblockable. I know I'm overguarding the heck out of this, but I've had her get double triggers before, so... Well, there's nothing to hit. The only thing I'd get is a power bonus. Alright, I'm gonna draw one. That's not helpful. Draconic Kaiser Vermilion, boosted by Rising Phoenix attacks. Strike them down with your Raging Thunder. Even if I get double triggers, it's not going to pass through. I'll give all effects to Draconic Kaiser Vermilion on the left. And the right. Draconic Death Scythe on the left attacks the Vanguard. You more than likely have enough crap in hand to guard that, though. You're dropping a perfect guard for a perfect guard. That's incredibly stupid, considering I'm pretty sure that's almost all of your perfect guards. If you had kept the perfect guard in hand, you would have been able to guard this perfectly. The AI is gonna AI, though. Can't do much about that. I ride Rising Smith Veldhalons to add another wrought iron workshop to hand. Pass. Yeah. Vintage ended last stream, so I'm having to go standard. That's not good. Zetalons isn't going to be able to fire it full force without 3 forges in the order zone. And there goes one of my Persona rides, which is great. I will guard with this, though. Stealth Fiend Amavira will guard that. Alright, I ride. Rising Smith. Wrought Iron Dragon, Zed Halans. Wrought Iron Zed Halans skill, add last copy of Forge to hand. Play Forge. Calling Wrought Iron Knight Hadid to rear guard, along with Dragritter Nathiel. I activate Forge and give the boost to Nathiel. Wrought Iron Dragon Zed Halans attacks the Vanguard. And Dragritter Nathiel boosted by Dragritter. Wrought Iron Knight Hadid attacks the Vanguard. I'm gonna keep stumbling over these names. Hadid's skill lets me soul charge 1. No guard. Ride. Wrought Iron Dragon King Zed Halans. Wrought Iron Dragon King Zed Halans skill does not need to activate due to all skills already, all copies of Wrought Iron Forge already being in play. Give the boost to Zed Halans. Give the boost to Dragritter Nathiel. Zed Halans attacks the Vanguard. Zed Halans skill, Counterblast 1. to turn triple drive online. Nathil, boosted by Hadid, attacks the Vanguard. I will not soul charge. Hadid's skill. Retire Hadid to turn over one of the counterblast material in the damage zone. Oh yeah, and he has Generation Stride, which is not fun. And why isn't he making a proper battle line? No guard. Unless you pull triple crit, this game will continue on. But no grade 2s, no grade 3s. You can only attack once per turn. What you doing, man? Give all effects to the Vanguard. Bind 2 copies of... What did that... Wait, what did that do? Okay, and what did that do? Bind 2 copies of Owl to search for Ritual, I guess. Alright, I play last copy of Forge. And call Ravaging Dragon and another Wrought Iron Knight Hadid to rear guard. Next. Get that Forge cranking out some iron. Some proper blades. I am tempted to draw one. Screw it. Let's see what we get. That actually would have been a nice replacement for Nathil. Oh well. Drag Ritter Nathil attacks the Vanguard. Wrought Iron Dragon King Zedhalans attacks the Vanguard. Zedhalans' skill, Counterblast 1, to give Zedhalans triple drive. First check. Second check. Third check. Since there's 3 forges cooking away in the order zone, Zedhalans gets to stand up. and swing again. Lastly, a Ravaging Dragon boosted by Wrought Iron Knight Hadid attacks. Wrought Iron Ravaging Dragon skill. Hadid's skill. That's the first time I think I've seen the AI do that. I need another stealth fiend. Tensha said. Intercept. Why hasn't he Generation Strided? Unless he doesn't have the grade 3s required in hand. Which he could not have. But even then, you can drop 3 grade 1s, and it still counts. For some cards. I call Wrought Iron Soldier Dragon, Lightning Surge Dragon to rear guard. And time to get the forges cooking. And unfortunately, since Ravaging Dragon doesn't have a booster unit, his skill won't activate this turn. Okay, seriously, where the heck are my grade 1s? I know I have at least 2 copies of Tensis dead. Lightning Surge Dragon skill. No card can be targeted as long as this guy has been targeted by the field effect. Alright, Zed Halans. Counterblast 1. Triple check. Seriously, where are all my grade grade 1s at the bottom of the deck? And I think I've burned through all my copies of Zedhalans, except 1 at this point. Zedhalan stands back up, Zedhalan swings again. Lightning Surge attacks the Vanguard. Lightning Surge's skill. I counterblast 1 and draw. Ravaging Dragon attacks the Vanguard. All right, let's go with this one. Ah, so there's some story shenaniganry going on in the background. All right. That's a darn right decent opening hand. Save for the triggers. Drop Mugain for Marin. Draw. And call Knight of Old Faith Cordelia to rear guard. Cordelia boosted. Marin boosted by Cordelia attacks the Vanguard. She gets +1. Either way. K and Bedveer. That's an interesting addition to your deck. Considering I don't think you used K and Bedveer before. No guard. No guard. Give the boost to Marin and draw. That's another one of my front triggers, which isn't great. All right. Ride. Drop Knight of Sprite Frida. To call Blaster Blade, the Vanguard. Blaster Blade, the Vanguard skill, Energy Blast 3. To send 1 unit to the drop zone. Marin's skill does a search. No cards. Call Wingull. Next up, call Blaster Dark to rear guard. Blaster Dark skill, counterblast 1. Send Wingull Brave to the drop zone. Send Knight of Loyalty Bedveer to the drop zone. Next, call Blaster Blade. Blaster Blade skill, counterblast 1 again. Send Piercing Angel to the drop zone. Blaster Blade attacks the Vanguard. Blaster Dark attacks the Vanguard. Lastly, Blaster Blade the Vanguard attacks. What are you guys' thoughts on this deck so far, anyway? I know I've played it before, but I'm still wondering if there are any improvements I could make to it. Guard not letting you get rid of Blaster Dark that easily. Again, not letting you get rid of Blaster Dark that easily. Guard. Ride. Stand. The Twin Blade of Twilight. Majesty... I forget their original chant, but Majesty Lord Blaster. Due to Blaster Blade, the Avatar skill, Majesty Lord Blaster's power, is permanently increased to 1800. Next. I call another Blaster Dark and Knight of Inheritance Emmeline to rear guard. Due to Cordelia's skill, Grade 2s can act as booster units. Blaster Dark, boosted by Blaster Dark, attacks the Vanguard. Emmeline's skill gives plus 500 every time a Blaster unit attacks. Blaster Blade, boosted by Knight of Inheritance Emmeline, attacks. Emmeline's skill increases by another 5,000. Majesty Lord Blaster, boosted by Knight of Old Faith Cordelia, attacks. Emmeline's skill gives another plus 500. And Blaster Blade gets moved into the Soul, as does Blaster Dark, giving Majesty Lord Blaster a +5, +200 power, and +1 critical. Along with triple drive. So yeah, no, Majesty Lord Blaster is permanently at 2,000 power now. No guard. I don't trust that, so I'm guarding, and yeah, I'm double guarding because I don't trust that. This might be a bit of an overguard, though. This was surprisingly not an overguard. Ah, and you can stand again. So I'm taking 2 damage no matter what. Great. Or I can just perfect guard it. Firstly, this is the final turn. Persona Ride. I move Emmeline up and call Blaster Javelin to rear guard. I'll also draw 1 and call Ordeal Dragon to rear guard. Ordeal Dragon attacks the Vanguard. Ordeal Dragon's skill. It moves into the Soul, and I get to search for a Blaster Blade and add it to my hand. Majesty Lord Blaster, boosted by Knight of Old Faith Cordelia, attacks. Emmeline's skill. Another Knight of Old Faith Cordelia. A draw trigger. Give all effects to Emmeline. Cordelia's skill, Counterblast 1 to call, Blaster Blade and Blaster Dark to rear guard. Blaster Blade, boosted by Blaster Dark, attacks the Vanguard. Emmeline's power continues to climb. Emmeline, boosted by Blaster Javelin, attacks. And that's GG. And now we're at the opening of V Nation. Now they've given the money boosting skill. Alright, this will be interesting. Alright. But this will probably be a short stream compared to yesterday anyway. I'll drop one of the Ardor hatchets and ride Bar. Lizard Runner Undu's skill as we draw a card. Should have drawn a card. Next, I call another copy of Bar, and I call Guy's Fort to rear guard. The Vanguard Bar boosted by Guy's Fort attacks the Vanguard. Perforate Burner Dragon. And no damage this turn. Thanks, over triggers. Nobody liked you to begin with. Pass. Oh, and by the way, if any of you haven't subscribed, please do so. If I come up with any more content that isn't Vanguard, you might miss it. So please subscribe. It helps a lot, and it keeps me motivated. Keep trying to improve. I ride Dragon Knight in a Harlem. Bar's deck lets me counterblast one and search. Add Halberd to hand. Move Bar back. And call Ardor Hatchet Dragon. Ardor Nahalem, boosted by Guy's Fort, attacks the Vanguard. Bar gets a power boost. And now Ardor Hatchet, boosted by Bar, attacks the Vanguard. I'll be right back. I'm back. And I have to let it through, much as I don't want to. I'll guard this one, and I have to let the other one through. Mostly due to the fact that oh, you absolute jerk. I forgot that his clan was all about that. Not his clan, his deck was all about that unit removal. I ride Dragonic Overlord. Nahalim's skill. Call Nahalim to rear guard. Call second Nahalim to rear guard. And I'll draw one. Next, I'll activate both Nahalim's skills. And now, Dragonic Overlord attacks Aggress Blue Dragon. Oh. Give the power to Overlord, and Overlord stands up again without activating his skill. Please let this work the way I think it does. And now, Overlord gets to stand up. Discard Perforate Burner Dragon for cost. Perforate Burner Dragon skill. Give more power to one of the Nahalims. Because Overlord definitely doesn't need it in his current state. Now, Overlord gets to attack again. And that one heal trigger worked up what could have been 4 turns of damage. Because of course it did. Pass. No guard. There go both Nahalims. And then these schmucks get to attack again. Guard with Perforate Burner Dragon and Burning Horn. Heal trigger, please. Nope, Berserk Dragon. Perfect guard. Drop one of the Dragonic Overlords. I got to drive check 4 times and I still lost. 4 times, and he gets to stand up, and Flagberg gets to stand up again. With crit damage 3. And I don't have a Persona, and I don't have another Perfect Guard in hand. So this is a loss. Do I go for that, or do I go for the Persona ride? I don't have anything to go for, so I guess we're going for riding Overlord the End. Overlord the End attacks. Worthless as heck front trigger, because I don't have any other units on board. Second check, perfect burner. The End stands up after I counterblast one and drop Halbei. Halbei gets called to the rear guard. Yeah, Draconic Kaiser Vermilion would be a much better counter to this. Mostly because it would cause him to, it would melt through it. The Vermilion would melt through his field. No guard, let's see what gets sent to the damage zone. And there goes Persona Ride material, which would have been nice. Just in case he pulls a double trigger. Even if he did pull a double trigger, it wouldn't be enough. Call Draconic Overlord. Energy Blast 7, and you would have been nice to pull before Halbei. Alright, here we go. Draconic Overlord attacks the Vanguard. Give all effects to the End. Once again, give all effects to the edge. He gets a Miracle Heal trigger. But it's crit 3. Unless you pull double heal trigger, it's over. Let's see. I'm... All right, let's see what's in this one. Strong arm conversion, strong limbers. Armor supply vehicle Priasoska. Bond between humans and dragons. Sea Rumble Brave Shooter. Blaze Amber Dragon. When she's run upon by Boulder Axe Dragon. Call this card to Rigard and Soul Charge 1. Steam Artist Trilligan. Boulder Axe Dragon. When this is rode upon by a grade 3 with Varga in its name, call it to rear guard. Fated one of unparalleled Vargas Dragras. When this unit attacks a Vanguard counterblast will retire all of your opponent's front row rear guards, and this unit gets plus 10,000 to their end of the battle. This unit and gets, so it's basically Dragonic Overlord. It's basically just Dragonic Overlord again. Only can attack 3 times. Instead of just twice. Scissor Scorpio. What? Fated one of Miracles, Rizal. Virile Core Dragon. Divine Sister Biscotti. Conformal Transformation of Haste. Resurgent Dragon. Last pack. Knight of Great Advance, Askinor. I think I have room in me for... Nah. No, I don't. I'm melting in this damn heat. I think I'm gonna call it here. Next stream will be... Let's see, today is Tuesday? No, today's Wednesday. So it'll be a nice long Friday stream. Because I need to cool off, because it's getting real, because both my setup and me are getting real toasted right now. And not in the fun 420 way. But this is unfortunately a short stream. I do apologize. Next time though, we will be doing more? Probably, unless I decide to take a break on this series, which wouldn't be the first time I've had to do that. Because as much as I'm enjoying it, it's really starting to slow down and not be fun. As much as I'm enjoying it. But I'll have to talk about certain things with the Cobblemon server owner that I am a part of. Because I might do a one-off variety stream there if I can get permission from the server owner. Or at least the admins. Until then, though, this has been Mortal Game 99. I will see you all next time. It'll either be Cobblemon, or it'll be more Cardfight, or it'll be more Vanguard. Either or. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.